Adesuwa's journey began in the lush, vibrant forest of what is now Nigeria. She belonged to the proud Edo people, known for their artistry and wisdom. Adesuwa herself was a gifted storyteller and singer, cherished by her family and village for her radiant spirit and unwavering courage. However, fate was cruel. One fateful night, raiders descended upon her village, capturing men, women, and children to be sold into slavery. Adesuwa fought bravely, but she was overpowered and shackled, her world reduced to the cold chains biting into her wrist and the despairing cries of her people. Adesuwa was transported to the bustling port of Lagos, where she was sold to Roman traders. Her heart ached with the sorrow of separation, but within her burned a fierce determination to survive and protect those she cared for. Adesuwa's new master, Marcus Valerius, was a stern but fair Roman nobleman. He owned a villa in the province of Africa Proconsularis, where he managed extensive olive groves and vineyards. Despite his aloof demeanor, there was a kindness in Marcus that intrigued Adesuwa. He had a keen interest in the cultures of his slaves, often engaging them in conversations about their homelands. Marcus's household was vast, and Adesuwa quickly learned her place within it. She worked diligently, her mind absorbing the Latin language and the intricacies of Roman customs. Marcus noticed her intelligence and began entrusting her with more responsibilities, seeing in her a rare potential. Over time, a bond of mutual respect grew between Adesuwa and Marcus. He began to confide in her, sharing his concerns about the growing unrest among the local tribes and the ever-present threat of barbarian invasions. Adesuwa listened attentively, offering insights from her own experiences and understanding of tribal dynamics. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Marcus found Adesuwa in the garden, humming a hauntingly beautiful melody from her homeland. Moved by the depth of emotion in her song, he asked her about her past. Adesuwa, for the first time, spoke of her village, her family, and the pain of her capture. Marcus was deeply affected by her story, vowing to protect her as long as she was under his roof. Rumors of a barbarian horde advancing through the region spread like wildfire. The local Roman garrisons were ill-prepared to face such a formidable force. Marcus, concerned for the safety of his estate and his people, called a council of his most trusted servants, including Adesuwa. Adesuwa suggested that they fortify the villa and form alliances with neighboring estates for mutual defense. She also proposed using her knowledge of the land to create hidden escape routes and supply caches. Marcus, impressed by her strategic mind, entrusted her with overseeing these preparations. The barbarians, led by a fearsome chieftain named Ragnar, laid siege to the villa. Their numbers were overwhelming, and their savage tactics struck fear into the hearts of the defenders. Despite this, Adesuwa remained calm and resolute, rallying the household and directing the fortifications with remarkable precision. Marcus and his men fought valiantly, but it was Adesuwa's clever strategies that kept the barbarians at bay. She orchestrated surprise attacks, using hidden tunnels to ambush the invaders and disrupt their supply lines. Her courage and ingenuity inspired all who followed her. As the siege dragged on, supplies within the villa dwindled, and the defenders grew weary. Marcus realized that they could not hold out much longer. In a desperate bid to save his people, he devised a bold plan to break through the barbarian lines and seek reinforcements from a nearby Roman outpost. Adesuwa volunteered to lead the diversion, knowing the risks involved. She and a small group of trusted allies slipped out of the villa under cover of darkness, launching a daring raid on the barbarian camp. Their swift and brutal assault created the distraction needed for Marcus and a contingent of his men to slip through the enemy's grasp. The journey to the Roman outpost was fraught with danger. Adesuwa and her companions navigated treacherous terrain, evading barbarian patrols and wild beasts. Her leadership and knowledge of the land proved invaluable, guiding them through hidden paths and providing sustenance from the natural resources she was familiar with. They finally reached the outpost, exhausted but determined. Marcus pleaded with the commander for reinforcements, emphasizing the dire situation at his villa and the crucial role it played in the region's defense. The commander, moved by their plight, agreed to dispatch a cohort of soldiers to aid them. Adesuwa and Marcus led the Roman soldiers back to the villa with renewed hope. The sight of reinforcements bolstered the defenders' spirits, and they prepared for a final, decisive battle against the barbarians. Adesuwa's strategic brilliance once again came to the forefront as she coordinated the defense and attack plans. The battle was fierce and bloody. Adesuwa fought alongside the Romans, her heart filled with determination and fire. Her presence on the battlefield was a beacon of hope, and her unwavering courage inspired all who saw her. Together, they repelled the barbarian horde, driving them back and securing the villa. With the barbarians defeated, the villa and its inhabitants began the arduous task of rebuilding. Marcus, recognizing Adesuwa's invaluable contributions, granted her freedom and offered her a place of honor in his household. She accepted, not as a servant, but as a trusted advisor and cherished friend. The victory had come at a great cost, and the scars of battle were etched into the land and its people. Adesuwa, however, saw this as an opportunity to forge a new beginning. She worked tirelessly to heal the wounds of war, fostering unity and cooperation among the diverse members of the household. Under Adesuwa's guidance, the villa prospered. She implemented new agricultural techniques from her homeland, improving crop yields and ensuring food security. Her leadership extended beyond the villa, as neighboring estates sought her counsel and formed alliances based on mutual respect and shared interest. Marcus, now more open and compassionate, became a beloved leader in the region. His respect for Adesuwa's wisdom and abilities set an example for others, breaking down barriers and fostering a spirit of inclusion. Together, they worked towards a vision of harmony and prosperity. Adesuwa and Marcus's friendship deepened over the years. They shared stories of their past, dreams for the future, and a mutual respect that transcended their differences. Adesuwa often found herself reflecting on how far she had come, from a captive slave to a respected leader and friend. Their bond was tested when remnants of the barbarian horde regrouped and launched a surprise attack. Adesuwa and Marcus fought side by side once more, their unbreakable trust and unwavering courage seeing them through the ordeal. Their victory solidified their legacy as defenders of the land and its people. Adesuwa's tale became legend, her name synonymous with bravery, wisdom, and resilience. She continued to live at the villa, her presence a source of strength and inspiration. Marcus ensured that her story was passed down through the generations, a testament to the power of courage and unity. In her later years, Adesuwa returned to her homeland, where she was welcomed as a hero. She shared her experiences and knowledge, helping her people rebuild and prosper. Though she had endured unimaginable hardships, Adesuwa remained unbroken, her spirit as radiant as ever. Her legacy lived on, a beacon of hope and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can shine brighter than any star. The valor of Adesuwa, the slave girl who became a savior, was etched into the annals of history, a story of triumph over adversity that would never be forgotten.